Welcome to NFL Live, where we have breaking news from all across the league today, and most of it's not good. Adam Schefter, fill us in, starting with some rough news for the LA Chargers.
No, Dan, lots of bad news across the league, starting with the Chargers and center Tyler Biadasz, who signed a 3-year, $30 million contract, but wound up hurting his knee yesterday. There's damage to the ACL. There's other damage in the knee as well. He's going to be out indefinitely, and the Chargers are going to have to find another solution at center for an indefinite period. And speaking of devastating injuries, the Houston Texans wide receiver Jayden Higgins, who was locked into being Houston's number 2 receiver this year, suffered a torn ACL. He is now out for the season. A devastating blow to Higgins, a big blow to the Texans offense. They are now one weapon down. And another team that is now down, another weapon, is the New Orleans Saints, who this week also lost wide receiver Jordan Tyson. Now have lost running back Alvin Kamara. Has got a sprained MCL. He's going to miss at least a month. That could sideline him into the start of the season, and that's going to mean a larger workload for Travis Etienne, their free agent running back addition. And speaking of losses, Jonathan Grenard, whom the Eagles traded for during the draft from the Minnesota Vikings, has been dealing with a pec injury, and the defensive coordinator of the Eagles, Vic Fangio, said today there is concern that he's going to miss the start of the season. And that's not the only injury the Eagles have had. Mekhi Lemon has been dealing with a hamstring injury. He was back at limited practice today. Meanwhile, Tyler Warren, the Colts' outstanding young tight end, just left practice a short time ago with an apparent groin injury. Still in uniform without a helmet. Probably done. If this sounds like Breece Hall from earlier in the week, maybe it is. Also a groin injury. Hopefully it's not too bad for Tyler Warren and the Indianapolis Colts.
Well, there is Adam bringing us all down to start the show here on a Wednesday with a rip of injury news from around the league. Let's get everybody outside into the nice weather in Foxborough, where the Eagles are facing the Patriots in joint practice today, which of course meant a reunion between A.J. Brown and his former team. Also meant Sal Paolantonio was on the scene, and after practice he caught up with A.J. Brown. Listen to this.
That first route, that 9 route, down the sideline, they called your number right from the get-go. Did Q get away with a hold there?
Just a little bit. But he put himself back into play. You know, obviously there's no call, so it doesn't matter. So he won that rep. You know, I got a lot of respect for Q, man. He's incredible. He's going to continue to get better, and I'm expecting some big things from him.
What do you think of your quarterback? You're spending a lot of time with Drake May after practicing one-on-ones, right? Just going through film, going through your catch tape to try to improve. What do you think so far of his approach?
Of Drake. Man, he's a true leader. He's a true leader, man.
How so?
He's young, man, and he's always watching tape. He's always trying to get better. We're sitting talking about the defenses and what you like and how you see the game, and we're trying to see it at the same time. You know, that's the biggest hurdle right now. You know, obviously when we sit down and we talk in the meetings, it's easy. But when we out there and the bullets flying, we need to think at the same time, and that's where we're getting to. And we've done good. We have done good sometimes, and we miss the mark sometimes as well. And that's expected, you know, because we still learn each other and we're still trying to keep this thing going.
Still got love for Philly?
Always. I will always have love for Philly, regardless of if I'm liked or hated. It's love, you know. We won the Super Bowl together. I'll never forget that. I love my fellow teammates. I still talk to them. It's love, man.
Talk to Jalen?
Not him, but a lot of guys. But I'm sure we'll probably catch up at some time this week.
Okay. Yep. Appreciate you, man.
Thank y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
And now we welcome in Sal Paolantonio, who is on the scene in Foxborough. Sal, lots of eyes on this joint practice. Fill us in on everything we need to know from today.
Well, Dan, the big headline, obviously, from today is that A.J. Brown revealed that he's not talked to Jalen Hurts since the trade to the New England Patriots. That was the headline. And, of course, Jalen Hurts recruited A.J. Brown to Philadelphia. They won a Super Bowl together. A.J. Brown's daughter, godfather, is Jalen Hurts. So they've had a long emotional connection, and now they're not talking. He said he was going to try to catch up with him before he leaves town tomorrow after the game on Saturday, and we'll see if that happens. But for me, from a football standpoint, Dan, the big headline out of the New England Patriots in this practice is that A.J. Brown, far and away today, for both teams, was the best wide receiver on the field. He caught 6 of 7 balls. Remember, this is a guy that got not only one but two $100 million contracts out of the Philadelphia Eagles. He was 30% of their passing offense last year. Patriots lose Stephon Diggs. They got to try to get back to the Super Bowl. They brought in A.J. Brown. It looks like all of the off-season work and off-the-field work between A.J. Brown and Drake May is definitely paying off. And as for the Philadelphia Eagles, well, Jalen Hurts did throw 3 interceptions today in these joint practices. He threw a lot of balls to running backs, the Saquon Barkley and the rest of the running back crew. But when he had to go over the middle, he wasn't as accurate as Sean Mannion, the new offensive coordinator, wants him to be. So to me, when you look at Saturday night's game in Baltimore and the joint practice today, this offense, the new offense under Sean Mannion, is still very much, Dan, a work in progress.
Lots to work on there with the offense in Philly. He is the great Sal Paolantonio on the scene for us with the Patriots and the Eagles. Thank you, Sal. You already heard from Adam Schefter. I'm Dan Graziano. We have Louis Riddick and Booger McFarland along for the ride today as well on NFL Live. Louis, start with you. Based on what you saw in those highlights, what you heard from Sal, what do you make of A.J. Brown out there against his former team?
It seems like he's integrating himself and being integrated into the Patriots culture rather seamlessly. And that, that usually happens when you have a lot of alignment working in your favor, right? When you have a head coach who really is advocating for you, who knows you as well as anyone. When you have someone like Josh McDaniels, an offensive coordinator, who's coached maybe the greatest football player of all time in Tom Brady, the winningest football player of all time in Tom Brady. When you have a quarterback like Drake May, who's coming off of a MVP caliber season and really knows that the relationship that you two guys, meaning him and A.J. Brown, have is going to do nothing but benefit you and benefit this football team. It's just nice to see that A.J. looks happy. He looks healthy. He understands that, look, I am the unquestioned number one here. This offense, and especially the passing game, runs through me, and they're going to put me in positions to succeed. That's why you see that big smile on his face and those nice straight white teeth just gleaming, because he knows I'm the guy. I'm the unquestioned guy, and we've got a pretty darn good football team.
I thought the most interesting thing that Sal said was that A.J. was by far the best receiver on the field. To me, that spoke volumes, because you wondered how he would have handled this type of practice situation. He's probably not going to play much in the game, but he came out today on a mission, and I get it. It's just practice. It's just ones-on-ones. It's good on good. But it sounded like he came out today with a mission to show everybody, I'm still that dude. And with all the Philadelphia brass there, and with all the New England brass there, it was very interesting to me to hear Sal say that A.J. was the best receiver on the field. And I think if you're Philadelphia, you have to ask yourself, and I know some guys are hurt, are you really sure Devontae and Mekhi can fill those roles of being 1 and 2 the way A.J. and Devontae did? I have no doubt Devontae can be a number 1, but we still have to go see him do it. We got to see him do it out there on the field. But as far as today, the fact that A.J. Brown was the unquestioned number 1 receiver on the field, the best receiver, according to Sal, to me that spoke volumes.
First of all, credit to Sal for asking the question that everybody wanted to know. Did you speak to Jalen? Yeah. No. Not many people would have followed up the way Sal did, so kudos to Sal for doing his usual great job.